Try to relax your anus.
No, I didn't say that one to you.
No, just making sure. Oh, what is going on, losers? Welcome to Lost Losers Podcast. I am your host, Mr. John Paquette, joined once again by my good friend,
You're my special friend.
What
James Fortley, coming from Kentucky. What's going on, buddy?
Nothing much.
Do you enjoy that? What?
Yeah, I guess so. You've been so entertained by that all day, it sounds like.
Do you know how many times I have watched that? Like, I have sat here, buddy. I have sat here and every once in a while just hit the
Try to relax your anus.
I can't fucking help it, dude. All day. I was going through the email. So what I do, just get you guys. All right, hold on before we get too deep. Hold on. If you're watching on YouTube or Rumble, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're listening on Spotify, and if you're listening on Apple Music, please do us a favor, 5-star review. If you want to be super, super cool, please go to lostlosers.com and go buy some merch. Or if you want to be even cooler, please go to the Lost Losers channel on the Patreon. Go there. You get the episode a day early. And you also get the LLP Sunday playlist and all the other wild live shit that we have been doing recently because, well, I've had extra time on my hands here. So that's been going on the Patreon. And
the Spotify listeners now have video.
Yes. So Spotify listeners, if you are listening on your mobile app on your phone, you actually have the video now so you can watch the clips there and all that, just like all of this. All right. So as I was saying to that before that, so what I do through the week, I kind of just email myself stuff. Like I'll just like, if I see an article, I'll email myself to it, or something that might pique my interest. This got sent my way. I think it was I thought it was by you or Asperger's, so clearly it must be Asperger's. Man, I got to tickle my throat to start this off. And today I sat down going through everything. And when I found that this morning, I have been just every once in a while, just to make myself laugh, I'll just hit the.
Try to relax your anus.
I have
Why
no
is
idea.
it like the like the Jeopardy rhythm?
I have no idea, but.
Try to relax your anus.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why I tweeted that out earlier. I'm like, the opening clip is literally a reason why I am nothing more than an overgrown child. Please pray for my wife. So, anywho, how are we all doing? So, James, now that we are officially into the podcast and we've got the clip out of the way and you guys have seen a peek into my day so far, let's kick the wishes off. If you first time listening, we have to do the wishes, which is the weird and interesting shit that's happened through this week.
Yeah,
it's basically just me and James's weird way of looking at the world. If you haven't noticed, we like to look at the world through weird, strange eyes. So, James, kick it off, brother.
Got signed up for college again for accounting and business school to just hopefully start counting money and get into the tattoo business eventually. That's really it. And then I got this week, earlier in the week, I got a Bluetooth adapter for my PC so that my girlfriend and I can play video games together on my computer on controllers and stuff and just kind of chill out up here. We haven't really played much together. We played some games on the Switch, like the new Kirby game and stuff like that, but she's not much of a gamer at all, and so I was trying to find easier games to try to get her into it more. And we started out with Lego Star Wars. And I think the next one we're going to play is either Katamari Damacy or It Takes Two.
You know, it would be a good game. I bet you would like. But you don't have a PS4.
Huh.
The Last of Us.
I can see that.
The Last of Us was such a because one, it's a good game, it's a fun game,
Yeah.
but the storyline in the game, like it got to the point when I was watching, like I played the game, like Andrea would make me not be able to play it until she was home from work because she wanted to see
Yeah.
the storyline. So it's a
Yeah,
really good storyline. So just a
there's
thought.
some stuff that she's kind of watched me play that was more story based. I think she needs to play a little bit more until she gets into intense games like that, where it's like split second decision making, or it can be bad. Because I think that would stress her out too much, and just her
Yeah.
would be like, "Nah, I'm not gonna play."
No, well, there's an easy mode, like a story mode on there. There's one that's an easy story
Oh,
mode.
okay.
So on Last of Us, if I remember correctly, because I played like I played it twice,
Yeah,
and one because I remember looking at it, and one I'm like, what the hell's the easy mode? And it's like mostly story.
yeah.
So
The
I
new
mean, look-
Spider-Man remake, the Spider-Man remastered, is getting put on PC at the beginning of this month. Now that it's August, and I'm super excited to get that and have her play that a little bit. I'm sure that'll be fucking awesome to watch.
nice.
But yeah, I'm understanding more and more why we as people hate teenagers.
Because teenagers think they know everything, yet they know absolutely nothing, and they're fucking. They like to talk back at everything.
Yeah, and just disrespectful in public and
Yep.
all this stuff. And I was just like, what in the fuck? And obviously, I think it's obvious to most people that it's more male teenagers that are fucking assholes than girls most of the time, at least.
Mm-hmm.
But lately there's been this little motorcycle gang that's driving up and down the street in my neighborhood, and every time I go out there, they're and like there's two girls and two boys. Like the two boys are on one bike and two girls are on another one, and
Like,
the girls are always in like the shortest shorts, just riding around with no helmet, no nothing.
who do they think they are? The pink ladies with the fucking T-birds or something?
Oh, it's hilarious. And then they're like little mini bikes, obviously. Like,
I don't know
they're
if
not,
anybody's gonna get that reference.
not completely, but
Grease.
yeah, I've never seen Grease.
Ah!
Mom's gotten mad at me about that one. But the boys, I watched one time one of them rode past with no shirt and just like his underwear or something on. And I was just like, what the fuck is happening? Like, and there's been 2 or 3 times this week that I've called the girls over and been like, hey, please, like, I'm not telling them to stop. I'm not gonna be that person and like be a complete asshole, but I'm like, hey, it's gonna really suck when you fall
Hey,
and
Dad.
don't have pants on.
Hey, Dad. What you doing over there, Dad? You know, that's a dad move, Dad.
It really is.
It's
And
a
I get
dad
that.
move.
Yeah. And
Hey,
I
Dad.
keep
What's
and
going on,
so
Dad? Huh?
There's been a few times where they rode past and I'm just like, hey, helmets.
How are
Like-
you? Wait, are you serious?
Yeah. I
How
just kinda-
old are you? How fucking old are you? You're 21, bro.
Yeah,
Is it
I've
hard-
caught
you- wait,
myself and I'm
Wait,
like,
stand up real quick. Do you make dad noises? You're like, right when
a
you
little
stand.
bit, yeah.
Oh, buddy. What's going on, Dad? Hey,
I'm
Dad.
getting ready. And yeah, I've caught myself in that also because
Oh, buddy.
oh, it's so funny to me. And then Haven and I went to Walmart the other day, and as we were walking in, we parked next to a group of teenagers that were like 2 different cars pulled at the same time and got out. We're like, bro, I wish I had that as my car to learn on and everything. They were obviously like 15, 16, like just got their license, going to Walmart to hang out. And
Because there's nothing else to do in Ashland, Kentucky, unless
yeah, exactly. That's the
except for
thing to do.
except for taking yoga from Rico Suave.
Yeah. And I was just like, oh shit. And immediately as we were walking in already, I can see the girl of the group walking far ahead of all the guys to be like, I'm not associated with them. Please don't look at us the same way. And all this shit. And I wanted to I saw that as we were walking in the parking lot, and already I was so close to turning my head and being like, hey guys, if you guys weren't so embarrassed, she would be actually walking with you. And I just kept my mouth shut, just kept walking in the store and stuff.
My brother.
And then as we were walking out of the store, I saw the same group of kids like jump and grab a sign and rip it in half down and everything. I was like, I just yelled at them like, hey, do you want me to send a worker over your guys' way? And they completely froze up and just kind of wide-eyed stared at me like, what the fuck? What's he gonna do? And like there was just some workers like 5 feet in front of us. So I was just like, hey, you might want to swing by the makeup area real quick, and just kept walking.
So the first time I realized I was a dad, I was 30 in Alabama.
Yeah.
You're 21. How does this feel?
I think I'm okay with it.
And the weird thing is, it was the same time, like, actually, I take this back. Actually, but this is one of the times I felt like a dad. I think it was like 30. And I was in Alabama because I just moved down there. I was at Walmart.
Yeah.
I'm standing in line. Like, I went and was buying some stuff, and this lady kind of bumped me. And I went, well, she's kind of weird, like acting suspicious. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, that's weird. It kind of just flagged it. So I'm standing in line at the garden register, like waiting to check out, because that's your secret, everyone. If you go through the garden area, buy your shit, and go to the garden extra or register, usually it's pretty
Yeah.
short. And I'm standing there, and I see this lady kind of act suspicious as she's trying to go through the outside garden. I'm like, that lady's about ready to steal something. I'm like, that lady's stealing. Hey, I'm like looking at the fucking, I went, like, this is how I did it too. I'm like made eye contact with the employee. I went, hey, that lady, excuse me, that lady's stealing. I'm like, she's gonna steal something.
Yeah.
He was like, whatever, bro. The funny thing is, she stole the safe. Like, like, I'll never forget that. That was the irony part about the entire thing, is she stole the safe. So,
All right.
anyways, so I finally get checked out. I'm walking out. As I am walking out, I get out the door and I see the girl run out and start throwing shit in the back of it. I mean, it was within 4 seconds. They had a cart emptied in the back of a fucking van, and they were gone.
Yeah.
And the employee came running out after her, who told me I was full of shit. And I was just like, told you. So sorry, James, for interrupting you. But yeah, that's one of my dad moments. I was like, oh my God, I'm like, only a dad would do that. Only a dude would snitch out somebody. You know?
For me, I feel a lot of like, I've been like that since I was a teenager, of like calling out younger people for being like
Dumb.
Doing fuck shit in public. Because I can remember like one of the first ones was
finally
on my friend's senior year. I graduated junior year, so I didn't, but my friends, they just graduated. It was their last day, and went out to In-N-Out with them. And I saw some freshmen that had their it was the first day of my friend's senior year. I went out to In-N-Out with them, and I saw some freshmen that had like the school shirt on and everything. And they were like holding the door shut on some other classmates and all this out in public. And I just walked up to them. And I was like, hey, if you guys are wearing the school's shit, like, let's act like we're going to be respectful. Let's not give people bad names for no fucking reason. And just told them to act like try to act like young adults, and just walked off. And I saw them like start shaking and be like, oh shit, what the fuck? But it's been, I don't know, with the younger people, just because I grew up around sailors where they would do that to me, like, hey, stop being a fucking asshole. Stand in line and stuff like that. Like, it doesn't bother me to do it at all.
Yeah.
And Haven has kind of made jokes here and there, because she's like, I'm way more comfortable with yelling at people now in public, because like, if I see someone doing some fucked up shit, she's like, I'm so much more quicker at like calling them out. And just be
what
like,
the
hey,
fuck are you doing?
Yeah, just because she's around me a lot.
Nice. So what else you got?
Nothing much. I got my contacts ripped earlier this week, and it was my last pair, and I had to wear my glasses that I got in like freshman year. I was they're too small for my face, barely fit on my ears, and all this stuff, and had to deal with that for a few days, which absolutely sucked. But back to contacts. I got a Whoop health monitor because I was passing out during sex, and my dad told me to get some kind of heartbeat monitor.
And so did you pass out during sex again this week?
No, not yet.
Oh,
Came kind of close.
yeah. And what'd your Whoop bracelet say?
Nothing yet. It hasn't yelled at me.
Oh, all right.
But yeah. And go watch The Anarchists on HBO Max. It's fucking good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool docu-series.
Did you go see Nope?
No, last night when I got home from mowing the grass, I passed out hard. Just didn't. No.
Whatever.
Both of us were tired.
Well, I'm gonna let you know. All right.
Yeah, don't say anything yet. We're still gonna go see it. We got time tomorrow and stuff. We're still gonna go see it. So, but cheers. Let's get this podcast going.
So I went and seen it. We went and seen it Tuesday. Wife and I had date night on Tuesday. We went and seen it. Clearly, she chose the movie.
Yeah, just don't spoil anything.
I won't. I'll say this. Was it Jordan Peele?
Mhm.
Who made the
Yeah.
movie? Correct.
Yeah,
He didn't know us and they
us and Get Out,
or Get Out.
and and they. I
Yeah.
haven't seen that yet.
I would say this is the weakest of his films.
Okay.
All right, I'll just say that.
Yeah.
I mean, until you see it, until I am going to take the spoiler warning off.
Yeah, and spoilers. We got to give it a week or two. If people choose not to watch it within the week or two, they're choosing to be open to spoilers. In my opinion, you can't
Yes.
be that person that's like, what the fuck? If you don't see it within the time that it's important, then shut
Yes.
the fuck up.
Yep. Like I said, I will leave it at that.
Yeah.
I would say that is the weaker of his films.
I'm fine with that.
Oh, I was going to do that and I should have. I'm looking at my notes. I was like, oh, no, I'm glad I kind of didn't do that now.
And I
But-
haven't watched Smokey and the Bandit yet. Still need to do that.
You need to watch Smoking the Bandit
I don't know
know
why.
who the
but
fucking
apparently
Burt
I need to
Reynolds
do that.
because you don't know who Burt Reynolds is. It's fucking amazing to me. Burt Reynolds is the man. So,
He's got a cool mustache in most.
does
movies.
fantastic mustache, and he looks really good in GQ. Just saying. No. Anyways, so this week, now, man, we went and had date night. We went and seen that. Like I said, it was just the weaker of his films. I will say that
Yeah.
about it. My spoiler-free review would be that it's just the weaker of his films. Would I pay to go see it again? No, but I'm glad I went and seen on it a $5 Tuesday. It was a $5
Is it a
Tuesday movie.
Hard no.
I'm glad I went and paid for. I'm glad I paid for it on a discounted day.
Yeah.
About that?
If it was a group of people that wanted to watch it at your house, you would rent it.
Yeah, I would rent it. I wouldn't buy it.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
How about that?
I'm
That's.
fine with that.
I mean,
It's
leading
not
up-
that you would debate people to not watch it at the house either, though.
like if everyone's like, "You want to watch it?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll watch it again." But if
Yeah.
but if everyone's like, "Would you choose it?" No, I would choose something else. So.
Yeah.
I was going to open the show by making fun of our vice president, but she clearly does that enough of herself, so I'll just leave it at that.
Fucking hell.
Have you not seen that? It is the
I
most.
don't know, but I want to say this in
Go ahead.
a very weird way. We need Biden to survive this. We got to have him write it out.
Thoughts
We
and prayers.
can't-
He's caught COVID twice this week.
I'm so down for there to be a woman president. It can't be her. It cannot be her. She can't be the first one. She can't. Please.
Because no offense, ladies, I think she would actually put womanhood back another couple.
Yeah, she's not
Hundreds of
helping you
years.
guys at all. That's my point. Like,
Did
I'm
you
so
see-
down for a woman
Here,
president.
this
Just
is
not
how I
her.
was. All right, this is how I was going to open the show. I'm gonna let you in a peek in my brain because when I seen this, I went, "This is the most awkward thing ever." And I hope people are. This is awkward. I
Huh.
I did one of these things like when I get on there, I'm reading the news and I see this and I went, there's no one here. There's no one else here for me to go. This is awkward for me watching this right now that it has to be for these people in the room.
Yeah.
So here's what it was.
I think I saw a little bit.
She is fucking masked up for whatever goddamn reason. And in this room, and she goes, "Hello, my name is Kamala Harris. I go by the pronouns she and her. I am from blah blah blah. I am sitting at the head of the table, and my shirt is blue." First of all, no one gives a shit about what pronouns you go by. I'm going to let you know.
So is that
don't
to
care.
try to be inclusive of like blind people?
I don't know why you had to point out what color shirts you were wearing and where you were sitting at the table, because no one gave a shit either. It was so fucking awkward. It was just, and she doesn't have the best. I don't have the best speaking voice. Okay, if you're listening to this podcast, thank you for listening. And I don't know why you do it, because I sound like fucking gravel in the fucking garbage disposal without water running. Okay, she makes me sound better. She really does. She makes me sound so much better behind this microphone every day. She makes me want to listen to my own voice. And that was, I literally, because I read the news, I want to know what's going on. I try to stay informed. I read like 4 different, and when I seen that, I went, what the fuck? What? Why? Why? Like, all right. Whatever.
Oh, I just don't fucking get it.
And I was going to open the podcast with, "Hello, my name is John McQuad. I'm a loser. I'm the one sitting at the table with the red shirt on. I go by asshole." Like, what do you, like, Jesus fuck, man.
Didn't I send you guys a few of those where it was like my pronoun was mayhem or some dumb shit like that to you guys?
They're just out of control. Aliens, fucking weird dinosaurs. Your pronouns can be dinosaurs. You're out of fucking control, people. Okay? Stop it.
Oh yeah, I told you guys my pronouns are air/bud.
Yeah, that's it.
You need to respect that.
No, I don't need respect shit. Listen, I will sit while you are in my presence. If you want me to play make believe in fucking candy fucking fantasy land and Willy Wonka's fucking factory, I will. If it makes you feel better and more comfortable in this big scary world, okay? But I'm gonna let you know as soon as you soon as you get out without earshot, I'm gonna be like, why? Like, and I'm gonna look up to the stars. I'm gonna look at God, and I'm gonna be like, I hope I passed your test. You know,
like, I think
for
I've
being
said it
accepted
enough.
and trying to understand
Yeah.
what the fuck is wrong with these people.
I get it. And like, I think I've said it enough of like, I have non-binary friends. I have friends that are very in the community, but are very like rational people. And still understand that like, hey, there's people that are going to inherently be confused. I can't change them.
Yeah.
And just, that's the way to
get
live.
it. There are some people that feel like they were born in the wrong body. Like, I like to use Blair White as an example. Clearly, that was a woman born in a man's body who is now a woman. Okay. And she will tell you that. You know what I mean? I use her an example because everyone knows who that name is. She's pretty fucking prominent fucking trans person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if you walk up to me and go, "Hello, my name is Steven, and I go by Alien and I'm gonna be like, okay, go over there." Just do me a favor. Stay over there.
It's
I'll be
not
nice
the
to
problem
you.
with the community at
Just-
all. It's just be rational.
That's it. That's all I ask. Stop yelling at me. And don't. And if you're going to be a sitting vice president, don't.
Don't make a joke out of the community either. Like that's what that feels like to me.
Because she's
Is
so
that's
awkward.
that's just making a joke out
And
of
what
shit.
the fuck? What is this? Like, what is her deal with her fucking this or with her hands? Like,
That's what I was asking. Like, is this just for like blind people? Is she just trying to be inclusive like that? Because
I
that
don't
would make
fucking know.
somewhat sense.
no, she's just stupid.
But
all right,
yeah, no.
I'm getting off the high horse. Getting off the high horse. I'm coming off. I can't do it. You know, you got Joe Biden taught me a fucking breakfast burrito while I'm cooking breakfast burritos. Now I got Camille Harris telling everyone her blue shirt. She has a blue shirt on.
How does it feel feeding into stereotypes?
I don't know, but thank God the media's finally starting to cover. I just can't do it no more. All right, where are we at? Nope. Oh, let's start with good news. So on Tuesday, I had to do some scrambling around because, well, once again, God bless her, my wife's kind of a procrastinator on certain things. And Wednesday, I had a court date. So if everyone doesn't know, a certain health company decided to just randomly sue me for a bill that I did not know about back in 2019. So back in 2019, I hurt my knee. Had to go get an MRI done. Here's what happened. I went in to see a doctor. The doctor went, man, paid a $50 copay. Seen a doctor do 3 X-rays and go, man, your knee is making some bad sounds. We need an MRI. And then sent me for an MRI. That took all of, I don't know, 15 minutes to see that doctor. And for him to go shove me in a tube for 45 minutes a couple of weeks later. Then to go back and see the doctor, pay another $50 copay, and see this doctor. And he went, hey, man, we don't know what's wrong with your knee. Have a good day. Went, oh, okay. And that was the end of that.
Was he not able to test for like nerve stuff? At all?
He goes, my knee, he goes, you just have super bad arthritis. And you might have broke something off of like some scar tissue off in there. And that's why you have extra movement. And that's what it kind of looked like on the MRI. It was nothing. So anyways.
All right.
Yeah. So I talked to this doctor, paid $100 and $2 and $50 copays, and seen this guy for all of, I don't know, 30 minutes tops. Fast forward 2 years. I know I've told this on this podcast before, but anyways, I get sued. I didn't know anything about a bill until, I don't know, I got served on my front doorstep and had to go to court a couple of times. I was like, are you sure you got the right job of quit? So go to court a couple times. Everything's getting pushed off because we're trying to figure out who owes what and who owes who, because clearly I've never seen a bill. So my wife, who carries the insurance, or at the time carried the insurance for me, we have to go through her company. We have to go through a union. We're trying to go through all these people. Oh, and by the way, this is COVID. And everyone's still, at the office, I don't know, 1 day a week. So finally, we're getting all the information and everybody's finally getting us the information. And my wife waited until the last minute to put it together. And that was Tuesday. And I was going to court to go, hey, look, assholes, you made a mistake. Fuck off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I finally had everything. And we're scrambling to do this. Someone's an idiot and forgot to put what time he was supposed to be in court on Wednesday in his phone. So I had to call down to the courthouse. Why my wife is scrambling to get all this paperwork fucking put together. I have to fucking stop what I'm doing and fucking call the courthouse because I'm an idiot and forgot to put the phone number or put the time in. Damn. So I'm on hold trying to get the right person. The lady's like, what's your name? I give her my name and she goes and she rattles off an address to me. And she goes, hey, do you live at this address? I went, nope. Not wrong guy, wrong John. And she goes, well, that's good. She goes, because I was going to ask you to come down here real quick and sign your paperwork because there's a warrant out for your arrest. I went, oh, okay. I'm like, wrong John Bequette. Just saying. She goes, same middle initial. I'm like, got it. Yeah, so there's another JWB out there who has a warrant out for his arrest that lives, I don't know, 5 miles from me. So good job, buddy. On that
right.
note, so finally, this lady goes, "Do you live here?" Yes. She goes, "Is this your date of birth?" Yes. She goes, "I have good news and I got bad news." I'm like, "What's that?" Bad news is, she goes, "Your court date." She goes, "Bad news is you don't have to come to court tomorrow." I'm like, wait. Are you sure? She goes, "Good news is SE Health has dropped the fucking claim against you and filed the motion of disclaimer. So your court case is canceled." And she goes, "And you owe nothing." Fuck off, SE Health, and have a nice day. So what happened was I finally found
Good,
out what
but
happened.
still, fuck you for the lawyer costs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't have to pay for a lawyer or anything. I never got a lawyer.
Oh, I thought you did. Okay.
Fuck no, I never got a lawyer. I went
Okay.
down there and was like, "No,
What the fuck?
bitch." And dude, I was like, listen, this is what happened. You go here. Then and then they send me a bill. They never sent me a bill. What happened was they missed a zero in their coding department and sent the claim in. The union and my healthcare declined it because their paperwork wasn't right. And instead of redoing the paperwork and submitted it, they just try to sue me. Right here. Right there, SC Health. Right there.
Fuck? Yeah.
That's what you get. You fucking assholes make me fucking have to go to court. I should fucking sue them back for my mileage. But I'll probably end up losing that. So I'll just not push the issue and just be really super happy that, guess what? I don't have to pay that bill. And that is no longer my problem. Because you guys were assholes for that. So fuck off.
Yeah, you wouldn't make your money back. You would have to get a lawyer for that.
Yeah, I would make lawyer fees and all that bullshit. But nope. On that note, that is it. Quick question for you, James.
Huh.
Did I talk about the weird neighbors who are mowing their lawn in the rain on the podcast? Did I talk about this the last couple weeks ago? I can't remember if I did.
No. That just reminds me of my neighbors last year that were mowing their lawn at like midnight.
Oh yeah, I have headlights on my lawnmower, so I can do that.
No, they didn't have anything.
Oh, that's weird.
And they were going out there with a weed whacker and just swinging it like a golf club, going back and forth to mow the grass. Like, no, it was some crackhead shit there. No, it was not, because yes, my riding mower, I have some lights on it. If I needed to during sunset, I can go mow the grass. No,
What?
it was, they were cracked out, didn't know what else to do with their fucking lives, and were like, I'm gonna go mow.
Nope. So a couple weeks back, it was raining, and I was out in the garage. It's before I moved everything into the new studio here, the new Castaway studio here. I was still out in the man cave garage. Now the garage door opened because it was kind of cool because it was about ready to rain. And I hear a lawnmower, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" And I'm seeing it rain, like it's starting to sprinkle. And I look out, and there's one of the bourgeois neighbors mowing his lawn. I went, "Well, that's weird." But whatever, man. Have a good day. So it continues to rain that day. I'm leaving to go get myself lunch, and it's about noontime. I go and get myself lunch, and it starts to pour. Like a good, it starts coming down at a good clip. It's not like, it's not a thunderstorm. It's not like but it's raining real hard, but it's coming down at a.
Everyone in the South knows what you're talking about right now.
You know,
like
the windshield wipers at a 3.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I'm in one of the few towns that are not flooded. Eastern Kentucky right now.
It's like 2, or like a 2 or 3. Like windshield wipers at a 2 or 3. Like it's coming down at a good clip. And I get home and I'm pulling in the driveway, and the neighbor down the street now is starting to mow his lawn. I walk over and talk. I'm like, I felt like Kevin. I'm like Kevin Harpett. Look at this. Did you look at this? Look at this. Look at this. Look. I like. ate my food. I walked over and like my neighbor was sitting outside and he goes, "Do you see this shit?" And I'm like, "Okay, so you're seeing this as well, right? Okay, cool. We're on the same page. Like we're both seeing this." He goes, "The fuck is he doing?" I went, "Why is he mowing his lawn in the fuck? Like we are talking shit on this dude standing there. Like we are just standing on his porch, shoulder to shoulder, arms crossed, staring at this guy, going,
Yeah.
what the fuck is this dude doing? Fucking collared shirt and all, mowing the fucking lawn, dude. It's weird. Like, what the fuck is this, dude? It's weird."
Nah, I couldn't.
So I'm an idiot, right? Everyone knows this is my last fucking bit for the day, and I'll tell you why. We'll get some news. I'm an idiot. Everyone knows I'm an idiot. Congratulations. Right.
Following
Everyone
in
knows
your
my back is
footsteps.
not the greatest, but I like to play golf. So I started kind of swinging the golf club, stretching out the back because I have a buddy coming to town later this year for a golf tournament, and I'd like to actual play in it. Like I'm playing in it, but I'm going to, actual contribute to the team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to loosen up my back and flex those muscles. I kind of felt good the other day, and I grabbed my driver, and I was like, "Man, I feel good. I'm gonna fucking swing this driver. I'm gonna torque one out." So I took a couple practice swings. I'm like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, dude!" I reeled back like I was actually going to drive the ball, and I came around, and my back went out, and I went, "Oh my god," and fell, and I'm like, army crawling on my back porch into my back porch with my driver in hand, and I'm laying there. I'm like, "Oh my god, please let me get off the floor. Please let me get off the floor. Please let me get off the floor. Please let me get off the floor." And I'm like, "Oh my god, please, I don't want to have to call 911. I don't want to have to call 911. Oh my god." And I'm freaking out because no one's home. It's just me. You know what I mean? I'm like, if I have to call, I am not wanting to call my wife on this one. I do not. Because if I call her and go, hey, I know you're at work. I know you're busy. Hey, so I was making lunch. Blah, blah, blah. I have to fucking explain to her what I did. Can you imagine the ass chewing I would receive for that one from her? That lady is already scary enough.
I don't see being too mean about that one.
You were swinging your golf club with your fucked up back. Good job, dummy. Yeah, she'd be mad.
A little bit. You want to move Haven and I out there so we can be your caregivers?
You guys might have to. Like, Allison is like, me and your mom and dad are gonna have to have a conversation. Like, Allison's gonna have to take care of them too, and I think you're gonna have to live next to me to take care of me at the end of my road. Okay, I don't think anybody else is going to do it. So James, thank you for volunteering as tribute.
I'm just getting you a bidet though. I hope you know that.
Bro, 100%, man. Make sure you want to have that on full blast, by the way.
Like, I'm not wiping your ass, but I'll get you a bidet and install it.
I appreciate you. And that's what I appreciate about you. You know?
Just make it easier on everyone.
Didn't mean to hit that button, by the way.
I don't get why more people don't do that. Like, just get a bidet. Make everyone's life easier. Make him cleaner, even.
Not 100% sure about that. Be honest with you.
What? I want to get a bidet.
I wouldn't mind getting one as well. Be honest with you. I bet it feels nice. I bet you
Yeah.
I bet it feels like well, I know they do. I've had a bidet. I've been in
You
hotels that
can
have
get
bidets.
heated ones.
Right? That's kind of cool.
I think that would be my start of experimenting with anal play if I get a bidet.
All right, on that note.
That was an easy one. So I guess Ric Flair is doing his last match
You're
ever.
my special friend.
I guess so. But we're not even talking about Ric Flair today. I could care less about Ric Flair.
Yes.
I like weird things like this. So,
What up?
a Brazilian model. Stop me if you heard this one before, ladies and gentlemen. A Brazilian model found herself in a wheelchair because she refused to. That's right, you guessed it. Refused to pass gas in front of her boyfriend. Yes, I know. It's time out. I know you
What?
probably. Yes, she refused to pass gas in front of her boyfriend. Yes, that means fart in front of her boyfriend. And found herself in so much pain that she ended up in a wheelchair. I know you're probably like, John, you've done this before. We've heard this before. Yeah, you have. About 6 months ago, back in March. Actually, a couple months back in March, when a Brazilian singer did the same, found herself in a hospital because of that. So this lady was in Portugal with, I guess, her boyfriend at the Rock in Rio Lisbona Music Festival, and was on their way home when she had extreme abdominal pain and found herself being pushed in a wheelchair through the airport before he found out it was just gas. She just needed to fart. Don't worry. She made sure she made an Instagram and tagged the Brazilian singer who did the same thing back in March and was like, oh, like mother, like daughter.
So is this like kind of a cultural thing?
I'm not for sure, to be honest with you.
Because I know it bothers Haven if I fart in front of her, but I'm never gonna stop.
It bothers me when my wife does it because my wife's ass smells like the fucking Staten Island dump, like a nuclear
Haven
holocaust.
almost never farts, and so when she does, I find it hilarious.
My wife could gag a fucking Marines barracks out.
Yeah, within like 5 minutes of meeting Andrea the first time, she farted in front of me.
Yeah, she doesn't care. She has no
Like,
qualms.
yeah,
You know, so I know my wife will never have this problem.
yeah, but I wonder if it's kind of like a cultural thing. If like some Brazilian women just are like, no, you don't do that in front of the man.
I'm not for sure. I
But,
guess
that's kind of my first thought. Because there's a shit ton of cultures where women are supposed to be so like womanly and all that dumb shit. So they can't embarrass themselves in front of their partners and all that.
I don't believe so. I think they're just uptight bitches who are trying to keep their fucking asses closed and don't want to think that everyone shits. Just fart, ladies. It's okay. You can fart. It's okay. You can do it. Just fart in front of your dude. He'll
Not
probably giggle at
upset.
it. If he doesn't giggle, then either A, your butthole stinks, or B, he's immature. He's just an over mature asshole. So get rid of him.
It's been a process of
I'm just
getting
saying.
Haven to understand kind of our sense of showing love, of like constantly poking at it and like,
Yeah.
hey, making fun of each other and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that's my entire family. And so I just do it to her also. And she sometimes gets a little upset at me. I'm like, hey, this is how I show love. Like, come on.
Sorry. If I'm not making fun of you, then it means I don't like you. Sorry.
I have to put effort into, yeah, it's effort I'm putting into. I'm not going to put effort into people I don't give a fuck about.
Usually I'm trying to make you laugh.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm asking questions though, I don't think I'm being, like I always say, don't think when I'm asking questions, don't think I'm cutting you down. I'm just trying to figure out how your brain works more.
Oh yeah.
That's hard for people to understand. But no, I don't know what's up with this back to this Brazilian ding dong, but I don't know. I guess pretty women just don't
see that side of you guys.
Yeah. Just fart, ladies. It's fine. Better out than in. That's what my mom always told me. Belch, fart, gotta pee, gotta poop, get it out. You know what I'm saying? Don't hold it. Just get rid of it. All right. This story is a few years old. I want you to, this is actually like 16 years old. So but it's
Of course.
very important that we all learn this lesson, I think. So I know you're all here to learn things at the Lost Losers podcast. So I'm glad we're able to provide this for you. And usually the best lessons are by examples or what not to do. So, right?
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let's take this lesson to heart. And that is, don't do crack naked and pass out next to a lake in Florida. It took one man 45 years to learn that lesson. See, one night back in 2006, a man by the name of Apgar, Apgar, Apgar,
All right.
decided that he was going to do some crack. I don't know why he was naked. He was on crack. So he did some crack and passed out next to a lake in Florida when suddenly at 4 that morning, he was suddenly woken up by a 11-foot, 9-inch alligator who tried to make him breakfast that morning.
Yep. Makes sense.
Luckily for Mr. Apgar, his screams of help didn't fall on deaf ears. Luckily, there was a man that was up that morning and heard him in his house screaming for help and called 911. Fun fact is, it took 8 minutes for cops to get on scene to help. 8 minutes. This man's naked arm stood, it was in an alligator's mouth as he was trying to fight the alligator from taking him under. So the man who was on the phone with 911 had to play third party with the 911 operator and Mr. Apgar. I hope I'm saying Abgar.
Apgar.
Abgar.
Apgar.
Whatever. Close enough. Bless you. And it kind of went something like this. Cops were on the way. They're still like 8 minutes out. About 6 minutes in, they're like, we hear if you punch the alligator in the nose, this is the 911 operator, he might let go. And Mr. Efgar's reply to that was, he's too big. We need a gun. Bring guns. Because it was a 12-foot alligator.
Yeah,
Dude.
no
Punching, you're
it
just
in the
going to piss
nose.
it the fuck off. Stop it.
You're not doing shit. Yeah.
Try to stab it in the eye with a stick. That's about it. I
Yeah,
don't know.
like
That's it, maybe.
I
I don't know.
So I grew up the first 6 years of my like memory, basically, of like being conscious as a kid was in Florida, and is in a townhouse where we had a lake or a pond with alligators as kind of the neighborhood pets. And it was, you had to not let your dogs get too close to the water because they'll get eaten.
Yep. Stuff like
Because
that.
there was a few dogs that got eaten in the neighborhood and all this stuff. And it was just kind of a normal thing there for some reason.
So
It's very Florida people energy. And I was explaining this to Haven one day, and she was just like, what the fuck was wrong with you guys? Like, what the fuck? You just let them stay there?
It's the swamp water. What do you
Yeah, and I
You're
was just
drinking
like,
the water.
The townhouses actually bought baby gators and put them in the pond and took them out once they got too big.
Oh, that's weird. So
Yeah.
that's a little extreme.
So
So
there was armadillos in the neighborhood that just hung out. It was
Yep.
like,
well, yeah, we got those around here too. So back to Mr. Abgar here. So after 8 minutes, when the police did arrive, the overall rescue did take about 20 minutes. When police got there, he was about chest deep of water, his left arm in the alligator's mouth. They did have to do a little bit of slight little tug of war with the alligator to get him out. It took 4 cops to finally kind of free him and get him out. Huh?
What do you lose?
He almost lost his left arm. His left arm was obviously broken, and he had a few bites on his ass. From I guess when the alligator initially grabbed him.
That's it.
That is out. That is what he got. The alligator was found about a couple hours later and was euthanized. That was the only alligator within the area, so they pretty sure they got the right one. Dude, what the
That's
fuck?
a kind of fuck them for that. Like that's all on the dude. Like that's white. There's justice needed. We need to get the.
Well, I think
the
they did it. I don't know why. They
vigilantes.
said they did it for the safety of the community. I guess.
Oh, fuck off.
I don't know why they make some fucking reason for that.
He's gonna go store to store, taking out every.
Now that the alligator has the taste for human blood,
Yeah,
that's all it's
like,
it's like
fuck off.
Lake
Like,
Placid. Like whatever. You
I
know,
understand killing Harambe. I don't understand that one.
what's Harambe?
The gorilla in that Cincinnati zoo
Oh, you mean the one that
had
Almost-
the little baby,
yeah.
the 3-year-old. Like I get that. I can understand that one. I don't get that. There's no reason to fucking go kill a random alligator.
Yeah, it was
Because he-
it was a fucking crackhead that this
Yeah,
this
like,
crackhead fucking passed out next to a fucking lake naked. You know what I mean?
That's really Florida energy. That they were like, we need to stand with the crackhead. He was innocent, motherfuckers. We need to go get him. This is like a Jaws story, but a fucking alligator.
Yeah, it kind of. This is like white dude. This is like a Burt Reynolds movie.
That's so fucking stupid.
This crackhead needs revenge.
Yeah.
You know, must go get revenge for the crackhead.
But the alligator was innocent. Fuck off.
So, moving on. As you heard earlier, I did have a medical bill that just got
Yeah.
wiped clean. Hopefully this guy gets this medical bill wiped clean as well, because oh my god. So a gentleman shared this on Reddit. So I guess he got bit by a rattlesnake and had to spend about 3 days in the hospital. 2 nights, 3 days kind of deal
All right.
in the hospital before he was released. He got his medical bill in, and I'm pretty sure he about had a heart attack because his medical bill was $244,995. And all it
That
said
should
was
just be illegal.
all it says was, and this is what the bill says: amount billed $244,995.97. Plan discount 0. You paid 0. You may owe 0. That's just the bill. Dude, that's all the bill said. That's it. So the reason why they say that the bill was probably that high is because depending on where he got bit and what hospital he went to, the cost for antivenom can be up to $115,000.
Why?
Because antivenom is one, extremely hard to produce,
I get that.
and 2, is very, very hard to whatchamacallit, maintain, keep safe or
keep
upkeep.
stable.
And depending on the snake, the rarity of the snake, the more rarity of the antivenom, the higher the cost.
That seems like a fucking ridiculous price for, like, that's still I don't know. That just seems like still gouging.
So, and they like, yeah. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Can you imagine getting that bill?
And
Like, What
some
do you-
of the medical stuff here baffles me. Like that just seems like it should be illegal. That just doesn't seem right.
how do you, that's unpayable. Like to a modern person like you and I, that's unpayable.
That's like,
You know what I'm saying?
no, that seems illegal to me. That I don't know how else to say it.
So
Like, I don't know why. I don't know. I don't have any
Yeah.
basis. It just feels like that should be illegal.
So one of the ways they produce a rattlesnake antivenom is they let them bite sheep, and then they use the sheep's antibodies from the they have natural
Jesus
antibodies.
Christ.
They use the natural antibodies of the sheep that fight off the snake bite. That's how
Did
they
she
produce that antivenom.
Survive that?
I'm pretty sure that's what it said in the article, kind of.
Oh,
That's what it kind
okay.
of lead to.
I thought
don't
it was
know.
like we have to sacrifice a sheep per like vial.
I'd explain why the cost, man. You ever have lamb chops, dude? They
Yeah, that
they
would
ain't
make
cheap.
a little bit more sense, but
You know, they ain't cheap, bro.
fuck.
You know,
That seems like still too high. Like I don't see a way that you can make that expensive. I just don't.
I don't,
Try to relax your anus.
I don't know, dude.
It's
I don't know.
expensive.
Dude, buddy, before they handed him that bill, they should play this.
Try to relax your anus.
Here's your bill, sir. Jesus. Like, I know it should be against the law. There's no way that should cost that fucking much. I get it.
There's not enough hands that stuff goes into to like have to pay that much. To me, there's just no way. There is no way it should be that much.
Depending on here, if I got bit on the foot, and they're like, "Hey, we can either A, chop off your foot, or B, give you the antivenom." And they're like, I'm like, how much is the antivenom? They're like $244,995.97.
I'm making my fucking foot tacos,
I'm
bitch.
like, chop off my foot.
I'm making my foot tacos then.
I'm making my foot tacos.
You can drink rattlesnake venom as long as you don't have any cuts in your mouth or anything. Look it up.
Oh, God damn it.
Your body is fully protected from rattlesnake venom if you don't have any like cuts in your asshole or
they
in
make
your mouth.
the rattlesnake venom beer.
Yeah.
Make beer out of rattlesnake venom or snake's venom.
Yeah, because your entire digestive tract is technically outside of your body.
Well, got the title this week.
What?
I'm making my foot tacos.
Yeah, like if that's the
I'm
case, I'm saving it. I'll wait for it to the venom die out a little bit, and I'll make my goddamn foot fajitas.
I'm pretty sure if you cook the meat properly, you would cook out the venom.
I don't know anything about that.
You can Google that. I mean, I mean,
Yeah.
it's just like, well, just like if you ate a snake, you know. Obviously, this is probably where we're getting the cheap lamb chops from. You know, here, eat this. You're eating. Why are these lamb chops so cheap? I don't know, man. We just got a really good deal on them. Oh, come to find out, they all died from getting bitten by rattlesnakes.
So yeah, as long as you cook any snake, basically, you can eat it. So it would be the same thing.
Yeah, just cook it up. See, just cook your meat properly, proper temperature. That way, you don't have to worry about anything. Just saying.
Huh.
All right.
And there's the like rattlesnake wine and all that stuff, or cobra wine. No.
You do, yeah. So there you go. You can have your foot, but no, like they're like, this is how much this is. How much is it for you to chop off my foot? $50. Cool. Let's just do that. Like
Yeah.
I've had a thumb chopped off. It don't hurt that bad. You know, the initial shock is the most weird part, and then we can just kind of work on me not having a foot after that. Just saying. I think it probably would have been cheaper for this guy to lose a limb than it would for him to get the anti-venom.
Are you gonna do one of those nub tattoos where you do like your thumbnail on the end of your nub, so it just looks like a giant thumb?
No, I'll probably just get like a Band-Aid that says ouch.
Yeah.
I'll probably do something simple like that. On the folded over skin.
Yeah.
Just if that happened, I would just get like a Band-Aid that says ouch.
You gotta remember that getting scars tattooed fucking sucks.
Yeah. I know. So that's all I got.
What else you got?
Oh, well, what else do I got? I got a lot of stuff.
Try to relax your anus.
So sorry. All right. I'm a child.
Entertaining.
I'm a fucking child, okay? I'm a fucking child. I apologize. You guys should know this by now. I'm fucking weird, okay? I'm a strange boy, okay? This makes me giggle, okay? You guys should know this by now. I'm just saying. Nothing should be new. Nothing should be new. All right? I'm just saying. Nothing should be new. Where to begin? Where to begin? All right. I think we have to begin here. I think this is where we're gonna have to begin first, and then because I have so many questions. So many questions. Jamie, you already looked perplexed
What?
at what's about ready to happen.
I'm scared.
Why are you scared?
I don't know.
Don't be scared. I have questions.
If you squat for just 60 seconds a day, you should be able to do this. That's us now. And there we go. Now, just keep practicing and you'll get it.
Why did it look like a hand? Like it looked like a penguin's hand. Why? Did you see
All
that?
right. I've preached Kegels plenty and stuff on Buried Pleasure podcasts and stuff. You don't need to be showing off like stuff like that on TikTok. I think that's my only take. Like, just stop.
But why
Especially while clothed.
But why did it look like it reached out to it like it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean. If you want
It
to show
looked-
that, like, show us the full thing, I guess. Otherwise, I don't want to see it. It just looks creepy. It
looked like
you just look like you're high functioning and you found something cool about your body.
it. Why did it look like it was in an oven mitt? Why? Like, I understand Kegel. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, good job on the G.I. Joe Kung Fu grip, but
Yeah, like,
it literally
I
looked.
practice my Kegels and stuff, but
It
I don't need
literally
to see
looked.
that.
Listen, it literally looked like the alien coming out of Ripley's fucking stomach at the end of Aliens 3 there for a minute, and it was just like, boop, I grabbed that. You know what I'm saying? Was it Ripley? Did I get that name right in Aliens? I'm pretty sure I got the name. Sigourney Weaver. You know everyone.
I'm not 100% sure.
I'm pretty sure I did. Anyways, everyone knows what I'm talking about. But it was weird. Why did it look like that? Like, what? I mean, was that a trick? Like, that was trick photography, right? Like, it was a baby's hand, right?
I don't know. It is a fucking weird one.
You want to see it again?
Sure.
Here, I'll do it one more time here because I have just, I have. Look, just one more time. Just
If you squat for just 60 seconds a day, you should be able to do this.
does it not look like a? Whoop. Did it not look like a baby's hand?
Oh wait, I think it might be her hand. Wait, keep playing it.
That's last night.
Yeah, you don't see her other
Just
arm.
keep practicing and you'll get it.
Oh, it is.
Never mind. You do. That wasn't down her pants. That was it. Because at first I thought she had her hand down her shorts, but I don't think so.
You'll do this. That's last night.
Yeah, no,
There we go. You know, just keep practicing and you'll get it.
I don't think so.
I don't know. See, it looked like a penguin's hand. It's strange. All right, we'll be right back. All right, we're back. I'm sorry, dude. That's absolutely fucking disgusting. First of all, Bob Evans is even. All right, we had to take a pause real quick.
Like Bob
Dude,
Evans'
hold on.
restaurant.
Hold on, stop. I know. Hold on. Pause. Let me give you some context real quick. So we had to take a pause, do a couple things real quick. Basically just I had to pee. Anyways, I come back and Jamie goes, I think I'm gonna get Bob Evans for dinner. Bob
Really?
Evans even good for fucking breakfast. Much
I
less
don't really
dinner.
like any breakfast place. Like if I'm not making breakfast,
Waffle
I really
House.
don't like it pretty much.
Waffle House.
I'm okay with Waffle House. I'm okay with hash browns most places, but that's about it. Like I don't like
Waffle House.
pancakes really. I don't like
Anyways.
waffles really. I don't like eggs.
But
I don't
Bob
like-
fucking Evans for dinner? That's disgusting.
Yeah, they're turkey and stuffing. What do
That's-
you mean?
That's fucking gross.
So good. And the rolls, and you'd put like turkey with mashed potatoes on top with your corn or your carrots or whatever on there and make a little sandwich out of it. So fucking good.
Gross,
What are you
dude.
talking about?
That's fucking. Dude, this is the
I
face. Let
love
me tell you,
party
me
food
and this
like that.
girl, me and this girl right here made the exact same face, but she did it for a complete different.
Watch this.
I heard it when you said Bob Evans for dinner.
Oh, someone get nailed. Oh!
Made the catch. Look at her face.
You gotta pause about it. Oh!
You can't. It happened so quickly. Hold on, let me see if I can do it.
Oh.
Dude, her, dude, she smokes that fence. But I was
My person that I think will defend me on the Bob Evans is Pollyanna. I'm almost certain Pollyanna will stand with me on that.
You know who's going to stand with you about, oh, Bob Evans is going to be really good for dinner? Is you, probably Pollyanna, I guess, and the fucking crackhead who had got eaten by an alligator, okay, while he was naked. That's it. That's the only people. Not even Bob Evans is going, hey, man, you should go to our place for dinner. They're like,
And
go
isn't it-
somewhere else. There's so many better options.
And isn't it Marie Callender? What's the other company like that has a restaurant?
I'm not for sure.
There's another company like that makes frozen dinners, but also has a restaurant that mom and dad and the family and I would go to for Thanksgiving in Illinois. when it was just us up there. Like we
Yeah.
didn't have any other family to cook for or anything like that. And so we would just get Thanksgiving from there. And so it has that kind of nostalgic part to it for me. Of that pre-made Thanksgiving food.
I'm
fucking
moving
love it.
I'm moving past it.
Yup.
Right? I'm moving past it.
Go get Bob Evans.
No, don't go about this. Unless they're a sponsor of the podcast, then that's the only way I'd go eat Bob Evans. Okay. I don't even buy their fucking breakfast sausage.
I buy their mashed potatoes all the time, the pre-made ones.
All right, let's learn something here. You want to do
What up?
something shady by the U.S. government or strange World War II facts?
I've been watching some anarchist stuff all day, so let's go shady stuff with the government.
All right, shady stuff. There you go. Got it. Because I didn't know this, and this is pretty wild to me when I fucking heard this.
All right.
I don't know if it's true. Once again, I don't fucking invent these too bad good. So let's just learn them together.
What is a declassified document that is so unbelievable it sounds fake? The wreckage of the Titanic was found because the Navy was looking for the wreckage of 2 nuclear subs in the area. They staged the expedition as a private venture to find the Titanic to cover for the fact that they were actually looking for the submarines. They actually ended up finding all 3 wreckages, although they only reported on the Titanic at the time.
Fuck yeah. All right.
Is that not like shocking? Like the government would do something like that?
So dad worked for DUI, one of the largest scuba dive companies in the world, and we are kind of close friends with Dick Long, the owner of the company. He had done contracted missions with the CIA to go dive down into Russian sunken subs and collect like gold bars and just dumb shit. In his backyard, one of the doors from the Yukon was his shed's door.
Jesus.
Yes, this dude is just kind of like this ghost figure in US history during the Cold War that we were buddies with. And yeah, I can completely fucking believe that. Like he's told me stories similar to that, like that he's done. So just kind of being in that community, yeah, that's something that happens pretty fucking regularly.
I know. The U.S. government does a lot of crazy shit just to cover it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just some wild shit, you know. You can look it all up.
Yeah.
Most of it, you're just like, wait, what? I'm sorry, they did what? Oh, that's weird. Now, let's go to a fun fact.
All right.
What's a fun fact that nobody asked for? On April 8, 1942, a detachment of Polish soldiers deployed to Iran by the Allies bought a bear cub from an Iranian boy. In August, the bear was given to the 22nd Artillery Supply Company and named Wojtek by the soldiers. They fed him condensed milk, honey, fruit and beer, which ended up being his favorite drink. He also picked up smoking and enjoyed wrestling with his human friends and bunking in on cold nights. When the Polish II Corps was redeployed at Italy to fight alongside the Brits wouldn't transport mere mascots on a troop ship, so Wojtek was formally enrolled in the Polish army as a private. During the brutal Battle of Monte Cassino, Private Wojtek helped keep the guns firing by hauling boxes of ammo, each containing 4 25-pound shells. These crates normally took 4 men to haul. For his bravery and service in battle, Wojtek was promoted to corporal and his visage became the emblem of the 22nd Artillery Supply Company. After the war, the 22nd was sent to Scotland before being demobilized, at which point Wojtek was given to the Edinburgh Zoo, where he was often visited by Polish soldiers until his death in 1963. That is the story of Corporal Wojtek, the Polish artillery bear.
Yup.
Did you know that?
So I had a World of Warcraft buddy that was a hunter class where you can make pets and stuff. He had a pet bear that he named Wojtek because of this dude.
Oh, because of that story, because of that bear.
Because of the story. And
Oh shit, that's awesome.
Yeah, it is. And there's videos of the bear smoking and everything. It is hilarious.
Like bear
Like,
smoking
it
a
is
cigarette,
amazing.
smoking a cigar.
Yeah, you can still find videos of the bear
That
and
is
stuff. It is
fucking wild.
fucking hilarious. But yeah, I haven't heard that one in a fucking minute.
I figured you'd know something like that.
Yeah. I
You
had a
know?
buddy that that was his pet and WoW. And
Yeah, I was
dad's
like-
was He-Man's tiger. I can't remember his name.
Tigger. Or
Not Tigger.
Cringer.
Cringer, yeah. Nope.
Sorry. Tigger was
T-I double gut or
Winnie the Pooh. Speaking of which, I can't wait for that horror movie, Winnie the Pooh movie that's supposed to come out later this year.
yes.
Can't wait for that.
Because it's open source
Yeah, for the
media
first time in
now.
history.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna be but let's see. All right, I'm trying to rank these because boy, there's some drastic changes here, guys, this week. I hope everyone listening, everybody watching, the stories are about ready to get bumpy. Okay. One of them you're gonna be like, what the fuck? You're one of a couple of them, you're like, oh, that's really adorable. And then some of them you might have to see psychiatric help afterwards. So I apologize in advance. Moving forward. All right. Yep. All right. Let's do this one first. And I'm pretty sure everyone's probably thinking this is me, but it's not. I promise you, it's not happened to me.
What is the craziest thing you have ever woken up to from a night of partying? This hot girl I was friends with threw a small party with a dozen or so friends since her parents were out of town and everyone got exceptionally poof-faced. The parents were coming home early in the morning, so she asked everyone to leave at about 2 a.m. It was thought I had caught a ride with another friend, but no, I was passed out cold in her parents' walk-in closet after throwing up in their bathroom. I wake up, realize where I'm at, freak out, and stumble out into the kitchen where her and her parents are having a nice brunch. Everyone was shocked, and I looked crazy. This was how I met my future wife's parents. In college, I ended up crashing on a couch in a house I was unfamiliar with. When I woke up, I saw some dude standing on the other side of the dimly lit room. I said, "Oh man, what a crazy night. Thanks for letting me crash on your couch. We'll have to do this again." Yada yada yada. I went on like this for 10 minutes. Turns out I was talking to an oscillating fan with a hat on it. Woke up next to a girl with her back to me in my bed. I went back to bed. When I woke up, my roommate asked me about the black midget she saw scamper out of my room. I had adult fun time with a black midget.
All right.
James, even
The first one is really funny.
the first one was good. That was that's how you meet your in-laws. That's a good one.
I mean, the first time I met Haven's dad, we had a yelling match. So I mean,
Well, that's not starting on the right foot there, young Jamie.
I took him out to dinner and everything and did the whole traditional thing of saying sorry and everything. So
Got her on the good foot now, I hope.
oh yeah, everything's fine now. But yeah, I was immediately our first interaction was me telling him I'm non-religious and him telling Haven we have a problem. He needs to get out.
All right, we're moving on. But no, I did not. I've never slept with the black midgets. No, that is not how I met my in-laws. And
The first, the first one's amazing. I would love to have a story like that.
that'd be a great story.
Right? Like what? That's your speech at your wedding story. That's a good one.
The first time I met my future father-in-law, I wanted to throw him as far as I could by his face. And here's why. He's a nice guy. He's a sweetheart. He's a gentleman. He is a super sweet man. I love him to death. So
I can see he can be a dickhead. He can be real annoying.
No. It wasn't that. So I used to own a condo next to the place I worked. I used to be a manager for this grocery store. Me and my wife used to work at the same grocery store. That's how we met.
Yeah.
And we didn't date when we started working, but or working together, but that's how we met. That's how we crossed paths in our lives. I had to go and open the store that morning because it was a snowstorm, and not a big deal. It wasn't too big of a deal, but I had to go and open the store that morning because I lived next door. All the other managers lived a good clip, and then we had a pretty good significant snowfall. So she had her dad drive her into work because my wife, if you ever drove in a car with her, you'd understand why she doesn't drive in the snow. So he came in to get a few things, and he was going home. And I was up there helping open up the store and stuff like that. He came walking in, blah, 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 and stuff like that. And then she goes, "Oh, thanks for, covering for me because I was supposed to open the store, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, "Oh, not a problem. I live next door, not a big deal."
Yeah.
She goes, "Oh, hey, this is my dad. Hey, Dad, this is John. This is the guy that was in the Navy." And he goes, "Oh, I love you sailors. You guys gave us rides wherever we needed to go." And he goes, "Ha, ha, 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 ha." And I went, "Oh, Marine, huh?" And the way he said it, and the way with the kind of the smugness he kind of said it, I knew he was joking, but it just came off wrong. And I wasn't kind of really in the mood, I guess, at that moment in time. So I just went, "Oh, haha." I'm like, "Yeah, us sailors," I'm like, "we're true gentlemen. We gave all of our bitches rides and just walk the fuck off." And I'm like, "Fucking asshole. God, motherfucker, I don't want to be this fucking asshole this early in the morning." God, I'm more mad at myself because I let it kind of get to me than anything. And I'm just like fucking shaking my head as I'm walking away. About 2 hours later, I'm expecting to hear Andrea tell me, she goes, "Oh, my dad thought you were a huge prick." And I'm like, "Yeah, not surprised." She's like, "Oh, my dad thought you were really nice and funny." I'm like, "Wait, what?" I'm like, obviously we didn't read the same interaction together at the same time. So I just kind of, "Oh, okay, yeah, he was a nice stuff guy." He is. He's a sweetheart. I love the man to death.
He completely is like that, where you can say something like that and he's like, "All right."
Yep. And I was just like,
that's a man's response. I can respect that.
Yeah. So I went, okay. Speaking of good guys, let's talk. What's your story about a good guy, huh?
Man, is there one on top of my head?
What?
I think my favorite is when I run into old men at Aldi and they give me their cart without asking for any change back. I think it's a quick one to think about.
No,
it's just the old guys thinking that's like the best thing in their life to do is like, "No, you're good, Sonny.
You can have that quarter." That is
nice.
But no, I was just segueing into.
Oh yeah.
This is a good guy.
Massage therapists of Reddit, have you ever had a sexual experience while giving a client a massage?
Slow down. Let me know.
Or, what is the creepiest thing to ever happen to you while giving a client a massage? I got a good one. I'm a male escort and erotic masseuse. My prices are very high compared to a regular massage and no one can mistake what you're buying. Also, the website I advertise on is full naked buff dudes, so there's really no confusion. Well, one day I receive a call from a man asking if I'm available. He said he would like a massage at his office in the middle of downtown. I didn't think much of this as I've done this kink for a few people before. They normally run a small business and nobody is there at that time at night. Innocent enough. But this guy requested it to be at lunch and gave me the address to a bustling building. When I arrived, it was filled with people in a beautiful open space office. I brought my massage table and people were making light conversation with me thinking I'm a legit masseuse. This was way out of my comfort zone. I'm used to dealing with pervy guys in dim lit rooms. Not talking to Karen and her friends interested in booking a massage. When I finally met the guy, he led me through a maze of people and departments. Everyone was staring as I was dressed like a manho while everyone else was in business attire. Tank top, gray sweats and no underwear. Gotta dress the part, you know? He leads me to an open room that had been converted into a massage area. Meaning there is no doors, just a paper curtain divider that blocks the view from his co-workers. I started the massage and was thinking he can't possibly think I would do anything here, right? This is insane. After 30 minutes, I started to get a sense that something is off. I would glide my hands to more intimate areas but he kept talking casually. Most guys would pop a tent, or ask to be massaged near their groin or start touching my junk. But he was talking about his wife and daughters. I immediately asked him how he found me. He told me it was a recommendation from one of his friends. Then starting going on about his relationship with this guy and how they have a very strong friendship and that they would constantly prank each other. I froze and my heart dropped. This guy thinks this a legit massage. This was supposed to be a prank that somehow got way too advanced without any party knowing. Hence, why I'm in the middle of a tech office and he is so nonchalant about everything. I immediately went real masseuse and focused on his knots for the remainder of the time. He paid me my ridiculous fee and made a small comment about it being expensive for a massage, but it was good and convenient. I was beyond terrified as I was seconds away from doing some highly inappropriate things to this man right in the middle of his office feats from his coworkers. This is my most eerie experience I've had yet.
That's a good dude.
Yeah, like no, I'm complete in support of sex workers. I think it should be legalized so there's more safety for them. And like that's hilarious on the businessman's buddies part. And good on him for not taking it too far and just be like, all right, you know what, whatever. I'm gonna make my money.
All right. Two things. One, that guy who gave the massage, good dude. Like for realizing the situation, reading the situation, and knowing your surroundings. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oopsies.
This is not my normal day. This guy did not get this.
And the way he was saying, like, he's probably dressed in like a crop top and shit. Like he's dressed on me on my fun days. Like he was saying he's dressed as a man-ho. He's got his like work shit on.
Like he went in looking the part. You know what I'm saying? You know, he went in there looking the part. Goes in looking the part, realizes what's going on, and then goes, okay, I guess, okay, I'm going to knock this out, finish this hour off, and I'm going to go. Here's the second part. What do you think that guy said to his buddies? Like, hey, man, that guy you recommended was amazing. Great massage, blah, blah, blah. What do you think?
And yeah, the guy was talking about a completely platonic relationship with his friend. Like it was him talking about how he has this great friendship with his buddy.
We prank each other.
It's not like he was talking gay stuff. It's not like he was.
Oh no, we like to fuck with each other. Blah blah blah. He gave me your phone number. What do you think that conversation was like with that guy afterwards? Like, I want to know that part. That's the conversation I want to know. Do you think the friend held it together? Do you think the friend lost his shit? Like, bro. Like, how far do you think it went? Like, these are the questions I want to know. I need answers.
That's like me talking about Elijah and just being like, you know, I have this amazing friend. I fucking love him. He's suggested you. And like Elijah swings that way. He experiments and stuff that way. And just geez, I can see myself being in this situation. I can see being the businessman. Being like, you know what? My mom's a massage therapist. I'm willing to fill someone's pocket a little bit happy. And just accepting the payment amount to have it in my office and during my lunch and stuff. And just not think anything of it. I can totally see myself being the businessman.
Damn. I mean, it's God, dude. I hope the joke is still going. You know what I mean? Or maybe the guy
was hired multiple times.
Hey, or maybe the guy was such a really good masseuse, like everyone in the office started buying him, and like he got to quit his sex job. You know what I mean? He had to quit the sex part of this. He got to quit the sex aspect of the job. You know what I'm saying?
Like I can totally see myself being a business.
But I mean,
being gullible enough that I'm like, you know what? Yeah.
So, all right, on to someone who's now fucked. Now here's where everything starts making a turn, ladies, gentlemen.
I had a night with 3 men who turned out no my new boyfriend. I was single when I had this night with 3 men earlier this year, and since then I met a fantastic guy that I love and we are already talking about moving together in October. He posted a story with 2 of these guys and the third one is also in his Instagram contacts. So I am just totally screwed now. If, or when, he will find out, he will simply leave me. He is a very smart, successful and straight in his boots guy, so he won't accept that. He always says I'm his little princess, he likes this vision of me. Shall I bring the topic first, or shall I just wait for the Damocles sword to hit me?
You need to say something real quick. You know what I'm saying?
And it's one of those things, if he's a real man, in my opinion, it's he has enough trust in you. You've proven yourself enough.
Hold on.
That he should be confident in himself enough that he's okay with it. Here's
the question: is how good a friend it is? Because here's the problem.
That also,
if it's for like I'm gonna throw some names out because I talk about these guys. So like, if it's like Kelly Loper, you know, Bill and stuff, like I'm gonna say
yeah,
and my four good buddies, the four of us, Bill, Kelly, two of them, myself, and another one of us. And I found out those three, like, they come up to me and they're like, dude, you're not gonna believe what happened on Thursday night. Bro, we met this fucking wild ass chick at this fucking crazy ass bar. And like, dude, we locked her up as fucking like finger cuffs, Chinese finger cuffs, while she was jerking the third one off, dude. Like we did wild ass shit with this woman. It was crazy. And they're fucking bragging and they're talking about, how dudes talk sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they're like, they're not gonna name drop or do anything, and then they're like, then I come along, 6 months later. And I'm like, dude, I just met this crazy ass girl, dude. She's amazing. We've gone on a couple of dates, dude. Dude, she's one. I want you guys to meet her. And they show up, and it's those that they're like, hey, man, remember back in October, or fucking, we told you about that wild ass Thursday night? And they go, yeah, that's her. I might be a little upset. I'm just saying. It might fuck with me a little bit. You know what I mean?
I can see that.
Unless she comes up, she goes, I have something to tell you. And I was like, oh boy. And then I'm going to go up to my buddies. I'm like, we need to talk.
I can see that completely. That is virtually impossible for me. I don't have friends like that in one location.
Neither do I.
Yeah, exactly. But I can see that being a problem. For me, that is impossible for me to happen to. If it's three random people I do not know and everything, and she was to tell me that, that's just another crazy story. Like, that's you being you. Like, I watched a girl piss in a parking lot in front of me and had her suck my dick as soon as she was done. Like, I have my stories also.
Yeah, we all have our own stories. You know what I mean? I'm just going to, if it comes from her, I think it's a little bit more easier to take, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
If it comes from my buddies, that might be a hard pill to swallow because my buddies are relentless.
Yeah.
So I think that's how that kind of work out. All right. Now, for future Ted Bundy.
Who was the most frightening child you've ever met, that you have no doubt would grow up to be a dangerous adult? I was a preschool teacher for over 10 years. I witnessed lots of disturbing behavior. One story I will share with you was little Ben, name changed. He was a beautiful boy. Tow-headed, bright blue-eyed and 3 years old. Ben was a true, honest-to-God sociopath. His diagnosis was autism, but this boy was more than violent. He was methodical. He wasn't in my classroom, but I watched him lure another child out of the classroom. He seemed to be leading her to the gymnasium. I sent an alert to the office, but no one was there. I told my co-teacher to stay with our kids and I ran for the gym. By the time I got there, Ben had the little girl on the ground and he had peed all over her. He also had a steak knife in his hand, brandishing it at her. The little girl was crying and Ben was just grinning at her. I didn't even think. He hadn't noticed me yet, so I ran in, grabbed his arms, made him drop the knife and I pushed him to the ground. The look of stunned disbelief crossed his face. No shame. No anger. Just utter shock that his plan hadn't worked. After that incident, I looked into Ben's history.
Jesus.
I had assumed that he was a sexual abuse survivor, had an abusive family, traumatic brain injury, something like that. Nope. The only thing that was noted was the lack of emotion attributed to his autism and a mother who didn't think his violence was serious.
Listen, I told you the stories are going to get worse, okay? They're getting worse. All right.
In an interview, it was noted that she laughed when telling about Ben hiding a butcher knife under his pillow and swinging it at her when she was tucking him in. I continued to observe him from the ages of 3 to 5. I can't say I ever saw him improve. We had to watch constantly, check his bag, pockets, and warn other children to not listen to him when he tried to lure them away.
Pause real
One of
quick.
my last interactions with Ben happened
3 to 5?
Yeah.
3 to 5. That early?
Yeah.
All right. You can keep going. I was just like, what?
All right.
when he was 5. His mom was picking him up and said, "Benny, I rented a movie for you." Ben was very excited. Me and another teacher were smiling and listening in. It was nice to see him displaying normal happy emotion. "What movie, Mommy?" Ben asked. She smiled, "The Terminator." The other teacher and I couldn't stop our jaws from dropping. I said, "The Terminator? As in Arnold Schwarzenegger? As in rated R?" The mom laughed, "Yep. He ought to love it. The violent little turd." After they left, the other teacher sighed and said, "He doesn't have a chance. Think about what kind of mind at 3 years old thinks murder, torture, sneaking around."
God.
I don't think it was autism. I have had many autistic students and I don't think he fit the bill. Ben was evil. His mom thought it was cute. I fully expect to read about him in the paper one day.
So, yeah. Haven and I had a conversation about this recently of like, when is too early to introduce them to horror movies and stuff?
All right,
That's way too fucking early.
listen.
I don't
that's
think
a-
anyone can debate on that.
Listen, if you're showing the Terminator to a
At
3-year-old,
2 or 3?
yeah.
What?
Like, I feel bad that I took a 4-year-old to a tattoo convention, okay? Clearly, I fucked up, all right?
I'll do all right though.
But, yeah, you're not killing anybody, you know?
I'll do all right. I like titties a little bit more than I should have at 9. I like titties a little too much at 9, but that was about it.
You know?
No,
What the
like,
fuck?
I started watching horror movies at like 7 or 8. I think that's a good age.
Depending on the maturity of the child, I would
Yes,
say about
that also,
9,
yes.
10, you know.
But I was able to comprehend, and Dad sat with me and like explained each of the scenes of like, hey, this is how they made it happen using tubes and someone blowing into it, and like really broke it down into an artistic point of view. And like, yeah, you can't be showing a 3-year-old fucking RoboCop and Terminator and
Well,
shit like that.
I
Like,
watched RoboCop when it first came out, you know.
I watched Blade at like 2, but I still stand by that not being the best idea.
But yeah, that's
way too
Dude,
fucking early for him to be excited.
he lured another child to the gymnasium and bullied her and peed on her while waving a butcher knife at like 4.
Yeah, no,
And-
it sounded like 3. It sounded like that was like his fucking daycare helper that ended up being a preschool helper.
Wow,
also.
that's shit. So I don't know. All right.
Like, fuck.
Fucking
That's like a daycare helper that like the kid didn't go to kindergarten. He went into 1st grade as his first.
dude,
school.
you think Benny is going to fucking end up beating fucking Bundy's fucking record?
That kid is fucking scary.
I hope that we don't run into Benny. And if you're listening, buddy, we're on your side. Just remember, like
I've met a few kids like that. Like there was this one kid that Allison talked to for a while that had like 760 on the side of his neck when he was like 15 from San Diego. That was just like, why the fuck are you around him? Like, stop.
choose wisely. All right, for our last story, I promise you, This is the last one this week, ladies and gentlemen. Well,
What is your worst blinded by horniness story of your teenage years?
Oh,
When I was 15 in high school, a group of my friends were talking about easy ways to score. After a couple of hours of conversation, we came up with the idea of going to the adult offender registry and looking up women that had offended near us and showing up in their place since the address is in the registry. This was in the early days of the internet, 2005, so a couple of days after that conversation I pulled up the adult offenders registry and looked up my options. There was hundreds of men in there, some of which I had seen around town, but only 2 women in total, and only one of those was in walking distance. So I MapQuested and printed her address and picture and set off to her place. When I get there and see that it was in the projects, I had a thought that this was a terrible idea. I didn't have a plan, I was in the projects and I had no idea of the dangers I was placing myself in. Nevertheless, I pushed on. I get to the building and go to the 3rd floor and knock on the door. My heart is racing and my sausage is throbbing. She opens the door and a very pronounced smell of Pall Malls comes out, and I gaze upon this specimen, greasy-looking white lady in her 40s, house clothes with stains and the cigarette smell very strongly in her scraggly brown hair. When she said, "How can I help you?" I just said, "Ma'am, I don't want to cause you any trouble, but I just walked 7 miles because I looked you up in the offenders registry hoping to get offended by you." The lady turned red in anger and shoved me in her apartment. She sat me in her couch and gave me a long speech about being safe and how stupid I was. When she was done, me still being blinded by my hormones, asked, "So can I at least get something done to me?" I did walk this long. The lady gets mad again and tells me, "Is this what you want?" and proceeds to vacuum my sausage. I finished very quickly into the process, and then when I had my post-frosting clarity, I realized how gross this lady was and how absolutely wrong I was. I started crying. I told her, "I'm sorry I harassed you," and unloaded in your mouth. She swallowed my sausage filler, got up, went to the kitchen and gave me a glass of Kool-Aid. She told me to take it easy and not tell anyone.
She's still in the wrong, obviously.
100%. 100%. Jesus Christ. I love people's reactions to this shit. It's your reaction more than anything I'm laughing at. First of all, fucked up. She's completely in the wrong.
You know, I have a lot of like kind of gladness that I lost my virginity at 17. Like, I'm kind of glad I didn't have that gotta chase pussy 24/7 mindset when I was a little bit younger. I'm glad I was able to have my skating days and just go and smoke in tunnels and go skate and do dumb shit. Because holy fuck. I'm glad I wasn't that much of a menace. I really am. Like, I really didn't give a fuck about getting laid until 16. And I still had, like, I was still uglier and not doing as well enough to, like, not get laid until 17. But fuck that. Like, what?
You walked 7 miles.
That's walking distance to you?
That is not even close to walking distance.
No! Like,
into the projects. First of all, you went to the sex offenders list and went to a random stranger's house who clearly has fucked up in their life.
What the
fuck? Oh my God.
All right.
This is what testosterone does to men, ladies. It really does. And then I get it. Once he unloaded, he was just like, what the fuck was I thinking? Oh my God, what did I just do? Don't tell anybody, but let's put it on Reddit. All right. That's really all I got.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm sorry if did I do my job this week of making you guys question everyone's sanity?
I think it was a decent one.
I think so.
I had shit written out and everything.
Good for you, Jamie. I'm so proud of you. It only took you a fucking year. You know, I'm glad it's all finally coming together for you, buddy. You know, better late than never to the party. So that's all I got, ladies and gentlemen. James.
Nothing much. Keiko_eater. Go listen to Naked Robots. There's someone else I need to shout out real quick. My buddy James Frazier's band. Beyond Veils. Go listen to them as well, please.
All right. Once again, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube or Rumble. Also, excuse me, if you are watching on Spotify, remember you can do that on the app now, on your mobile app. You can watch it on the phone now. So also leave us a 5-star review on Spotify or wherever you listen to our wonderful podcast at. We greatly appreciate all of those kind words. If you want to contact us, you can please reach out to us on Twitter at losers_lost. You have us on Instagram at lost_loser_podcast. You get to see my drunken ramblings here lately. Just remember, I love all of you. What else? Oh, you can follow us on TikTok at Lost Losers Podcast. You can also get us, if you want to email us, if you find any wild, crazy stories or anything like that on Reddit, please email us at lostloserspodcast@gmail.com. T-shirts, once again, merch, lostlosers.com, and also the Patreon. Please, please, please go subscribe. $5 a month. That's all we ask. Get the episode a day early and everything like that. I guess I'm going to leave you all with this gentleman's kind words, and I want everyone to
never let your man leave home horny or hungry, because somewhere out there he might run into me, and I'm a total whore, and I love to cook.
Thanks for
All right.
watching, everyone. Love you all. Bye.